Today on Street Rodding American Style, we're off to Coffeyville, Kansas. Population 10,295 and home of the OK Car Club Car Show. Rides of all kinds arrive to show off what they have. So today, we'll take a look at a 1969 Chevy C10, a 1950 Mercury, a 55 Chevy, and a 1973 Volkswagen Bug. These are all coming up next.
On Street Rodding American Style.
Support for Street Rodding American Style is provided in part by Kansas BG Incorporated, a distributor of BG products. Kansas BG is dedicated to the development of preventative maintenance service in vehicles for consumers and fleets. Kansas BG provides the driving community with products and services of automotive maintenance. More information can be found on the web at kansasbg.com and bgfindashop.com. And Ren Radio. Ren Radio can be heard from the web on your computer or smartphone, playing oldies from the 50s, 60s, and early 70s. Oldies like Elvis, Chuck Berry, and the Skyliners, and many more. Nothing but oldies. Ren Radio is online all the time, on the web at wrenradio.net.
Street rodding's an art. It's a passion. It's a lifestyle. Guys and gals of all ages in communities all across this great land of ours are designing and building street rods that deserve a thumbs up. Our mission? To find these works of art and showcase them so that this passion is never lost, because street rodding is more than just a hobby, it's an addiction. This is Street Rodding American Style.
Dude,
What?
today I heard this rumor that Coffeyville, Kansas is having their annual OK Car Club car show.
I've heard that rumor,
Yeah.
and it is true.
Ha!
It's more than a rumor.
Sweet. Right. The other rumor I heard
What's
is
that?
you're driving and I'm sleeping on the way.
This is why I hate rumors.
This is a classic. What are we looking at here?
69 Chevy C10 short bed.
It's great.
Okay.
How'd you come across this thing?
Stumbled onto it in the guy's yard looking,
Wait, you stumbled onto it or you stumbled over it?
onto it.
Onto it,
was
okay.
for sale, and I'd been looking for one and made the deal and drove it home.
Did you really? So it was in good condition when you
Yeah,
got it.
Pretty good.
Was your idea when you got it to keep it the way the condition was,
Oh,
or
no.
what we're seeing here?
What we're seeing here is what I had in my mind.
Really?
Yeah.
How long ago did you get this thing?
I've had the truck about 12 years.
And this is your dream?
It started out as a father-son project. It was going to be my son's truck. And we started out on it, and about 10 years ago I lost him in an automobile
I'm
accident.
so sorry. A sad situation, and my sympathy is there for you, but I think it's very cool what you're doing with the
I
truck.
appreciate that.
John, the way it sits right here, are you bagged or not, or are you static?
No, just static.
Really? How low did you go on the front?
I dropped it 5.5 in the front
wait. 5.5.
and 6 in the back.
Oh my, okay, that's radical.
Yes,
I mean,
it
that
is.
really is radical.
Yep.
And to make this even more radical, as clean as can be on this, I mean, it's shaved, you've taken a lot of things off this. What all have you done to the body?
Stripped all the chrome that was on it, which
What?
wasn't a lot, but
But why would you do that?
well, it was cheaper that way. You didn't have to replace the chrome. But I was looking for a smooth, uncluttered look, and
Right.
and just got it that way.
So the money you saved by not having this rechromed, you put into the grill, which
Right.
is completely
Billet, yeah.
billet. It's not chrome, it's
No,
billet.
right.
For those who don't know what billet is, what is a billet?
Billet is aluminum, and it's hard to keep clean.
That's in your
It's
definition.
polished aluminum, but it does stain, and it's kind of a chore.
Would you rather go with chrome?
Chrome is a lot easier.
If you had your way, would you redo it again and do it
I'd
back
do it
to
all
chrome?
in chrome. from
Would
now
you
on.
really?
Yeah.
So you said you've taken all the chrome off. What else have you done to this?
Oh, we filled in the vents up in front.
So all the vents here.
All the marker lights on the side were omitted and filled, and the bed stakes were filled. Moved the gas door to the inside.
Okay, wait. I saw that. Your gas door is no longer on the outside because you wanted that smooth look.
Right.
But you put it on the fender, on the inside of the fender.
Rear fender, yeah.
Was that your idea?
Yes.
What an ingenious move. I think that's awesome. But let's even look a little farther, I thought was ingenious, was your exhaust on this truck.
Okay.
What have you done here?
Well, I decided to build those cans out of old fire extinguisher bottles and exit them through the side of the bed just for a mechanical or a different look. and it turned out well.
So
I
you
get a lot of
got the
comments.
exhaust coming out of the side panels.
Right.
The exhaust opening is how big?
Well, it's 4 inches.
4 inches, and you made that out of an old fire extinguisher bottle.
Right.
And then the tailgate, again, to keep the tailgate clean from the latch, you put the latch on the inside.
On the inside, yeah.
Awesome. To keep this clean, you didn't mount the exterior mirrors on the body.
No, didn't
What
want
did
to
you
drill
do?
a hole. I put them on the wing vents. A friend of mine is a machinist, and he made some little brackets for me and to replace the buttons where the latch was, and installed the mirrors there just to be different and
Right.
keep my sidelines smooth and clean.
But do you ever lose the mirrors when you open your vents, or don't you open the vents anymore?
Just don't open them. Got air conditioning. Why open the vent?
Exactly.
Right.
They're all there. But look how small these things are.
Oh, they're mirrors in legality only. They're
So not
much
practical.
Not practical, no.
But what's always practical is how something sounds. So I want to ask you this. Can I hear this bad boy?
You sure can.
That'd be awesome.
Hey, Tim, get on over here. Look at how clean this engine bay is.
This really is. He's
Yeah.
got a wire tuck, he's got it chromed out, he's got a fresh paint job.
It's looking good. I really, really like it.
This gives me a really good idea.
Oh yeah, what's that?
I think you and I should go out and see how unique, clean, or chromed out of an engine bay we can find.
Sounds good. The challenge is on.
All right, you go that way, I'll go this way.
All right. Well, Tim, I found my first one, and it is finned out to the max and color coordinated, just the way us girls like it. Gary, tell me what we're looking at.
This is a 1957 Ford. It's a custom 300.
Let's talk about the engine, because that's kind of what we wanted to feature here. I love what you've done. Tell me what you've got in here and why you've done some of the things you've done.
We wanted to trick it out a little bit, and so we bought an entire Offenhauser engine dress-up kit. With the fins. I like the fins, and so we painted it to match the color of the car.
And I like that. That was one of the things that I noticed. And even the raised letters, the Offenhauser letters, you painted those as well.
Yes, we did. And then I decided I wanted to add a little extra color, so I did the background in gold, which matches the scallops on the car.
Great.
Anything that we could fin out, we did.
So it's just, as us girls would say, it's just kind of cute.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
Well, Gary, thanks for chatting with me about your engine bay. I love what you've done. Thanks for being with us today.
It's my pleasure. I'm glad you found me.
Yeah. Tim, let's see if you can top that.
All right, Shelly, that 57 had some pretty cool finned accessories in the engine bay, but I found an engine bay with scrolling on it. Tina, what are we looking at here?
It's a 1927 Ford. It used to be a coupe, but now it's a pickup.
So you switched it to being a Model T.
Right.
Okay.
It's Model T.
Well, Tina, what
And-
drew my attention to this car was what you call scroll type or scrolling on it.
It's a scroll work.
So basically, you tattooed your engine bay.
Right.
I have to
exactly.
say, as a tattooed person, I wish my engine bay was tattooed. That's absolutely awesome. That's really cool. So where did you come up with the idea to do the scrolling?
Well, you know, like I said, it's an old truck, 27, and I thought, trying to stay antique, and I was thinking what would be antique, and I'm thinking scroll work. I thought that would look really nice, be antique-y.
And it does. It's very antique-y, but it's also very cool.
Right.
The next thing I
right.
noticed on here are the nickels and
Right.
even dimes that are in your engine bay.
Right.
Where does this come from?
Well, I thought of doing a theme on it, and I've got a little creature inside on my shifter that's eating ice cream, and I thought, ice cream theme, maybe like scoops and stuff, and I thought, well, no, that won't really work. And I thought, well, what do? You have to pay for it. So I thought, nickels and dimes and stuff like that.
To pay for the ice cream.
To pay for
That
the
is
ice cream. Exactly.
Because you've taken the ice cream theme into the interior really well.
Exactly.
All right, Tina, one of the other things I noticed about this engine bay was this custom grill.
Right.
It looks like a one-off custom.
It is. It's completely 100% built by me. And I wanted something that would look kind of like the Salt Flats when they built their own custom nose on my frame, because it's so stretched out. and
So
stuff.
I got caught off there a little bit. So you built this.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Disclaimer, nobody be offended, but girls, you can do this too.
Exactly.
I have to say, when I actually walked over here to talk to you about your car, your husband was on the ground cleaning the engine for you.
Well, you've got to have somebody to clean stuff
You
for
do, and I love how the roles are on this car. All right, Tina, I love what you've done with this hot rod. I love how you took the theme of the ice cream from the engine bay to the interior,
Right.
and then how you've done the scrolling.
Right.
That sets it apart. All right, Shelly, I got to ask, what do you got to top this?
When you sit as low as Bill's 1950 Mercury does, you just expect it to scrape every once in a while. This Merc is always laying frame, and it's next on Street Rotting American Style.
All right, kids, you know you can believe everything you see on TV, and this is true. I'm standing right over there, and I see this bad boy come rolling in, and it just screams tough. Look out. The other cars got out of the way. It was just screaming just as it comes in here, just mean looking car. I found its owner, Bill. Bill, what is this? What are we looking at?
The 1950 Mercury.
You and I both know this did not even look like this at all coming off the showroom floor.
No.
What have you done to this thing?
Chopped the top on it 3.5 inches. Rounded the hood corners front and back.
That's the louvers, I see
Put
that.
120 louvers in the hood. Took the grill out of it.
Now, I noticed that right away. A lot of guys when they get these, it's like, let's stack as many teeth in there as we can, which looks cool, don't get me wrong, that's awesome.
It does look nice.
But
and
you
I
don't
like
got
it.
nothing.
I know.
And I like that. I think it looks tough.
I like it too.
I mean, it's that's what drew my attention to it. I was like, what is that? And then I was like, man, that's a Merc. That's awesome.
I had a guy today that asked me where the grill was, and I said, I wished I knew.
You done most of this yourself, right?
Most of it, yes.
What I really like about it is the stance. It is just slammed to the ground.
And
is
I
it
drive it right there at that same stance.
This is it?
Day after day.
And not on air.
And no, not on air.
That's tough right there. You ever drag?
Sometimes. Not many.
Yeah. Well, this thing will spark at night, I'm guessing, if you hit something right.
Well, yeah, if you hit something, it's going to spark.
So,
I try not to hit anything.
Well, that's probably a good idea, Bill. I mean, it's too pretty to hit anything. I want to know what it's like going down the highway in this thing.
Hey, this thing drives great.
Does it?
Yeah.
Pretty smooth?
Yeah, we run 70 and 80 mile an hour in all the time.
So I imagine it's pretty slow because it's so big, right?
Yeah, it's slow, all right. It'll smoke them tires. I could probably pass you out here running 60 mile an hour and spin them tires.
Yes, that is awesome. What do you got on the hood?
It's an LT1.
Right on.
That
right
motor
on.
was almost new when I put that in there.
Yeah? Tell me about the dash, Bill.
It's got a 49 dash in it.
Yeah?
LTD seat in it. We had to cut it down and lower it. It's got a Thunderbird back seat that wraps around like a booth in a cafe.
Oh, yeah, that is cool, man.
They told me they'd fit right in there. They don't fit right in there. It took a long time to get that in there.
Somebody lied to you. Yeah. So, you say you got a 3-inch chop?
3.5.
That's pretty drastic. I mean, that looks
6 inches.
That looks significant right there.
Yeah.
How do you decide that? What is too much? What is not enough? How do you know?
Well, I have a tough time getting in this car every time I get in it.
So what made you choose 3 inches or 3.5 inches?
I just thought that'd look the best.
Just guessing, a guessing
'cause
game.
If you overdo one of them, then it looks bad too, you know.
That's what I'm afraid of. Yeah, if it's coming in, that's kind of a commitment, you know.
Yeah. It has dummy spotlights on it. It doesn't have no windshield wipers on it. We
I
use
think that's cool.
Rain-X.
Yeah, yeah. What is one thing that is stock on here?
Half of it. It has a Camaro front sub under it.
Okay.
Underneath of it.
Okay.
It's got the original frame about right here back.
Right
about
on.
the doors back.
Right on. And so just the front off the Camaro.
It has trick springs on the back of it, Posey springs.
Yeah.
It's lowered probably 6 inches.
6 inches.
Yeah. I love this old car. I probably won't ever sell it. Gonna give it to my kid.
That's cool.
He can do whatever he wants to with it.
That's cool, man. That's love
But he
right
don't
there.
get it till I'm gone.
Well, if he doesn't want it, you let me know,
it's
because this
my
thing's
car for
awesome.
now.
Yes, it is. That's cool. Well, man, I got one more question for you.
Okay.
Can we hear this bad boy?
Oh yeah.
Let's fire it up, man.
Jack knew what he wanted for Christmas. He just didn't think he'd get it. Well, because of his wife, he had a very Merry Christmas. And we have his present next on Street Rotting American Style.
All right, Jack, I want to use a saying I just heard. You can see this thing in the dark, okay? Because it's so bright. bright red, but tell me exactly, what are we looking at here?
We're looking at Torch Red, Corvette Torch Red.
Corvette Torch Red. Now, has it always been this color since you've had it?
No, it was a turquoise and white originally.
Okay, first.
And then I went black, and then Porsche Red, and now Torch Red.
How did this thing come into your life?
Well, actually, my wife was working for the unemployment division, and she was working with this lady, and her husband picked her up one night, and I just happened to be picking my wife up. And he was driving this car and picked his wife up. And so about 6 months later, she come up to Mary Lou, and it was in June, and wanted to know if she was interested in buying the car. And she said, well, yeah.
So they wanted to sell it then?
Yeah. And so Mary Lou told her, she said, I'll write you a check for it now, but you got to keep it until Christmas.
And this was in June?
Yes, they kept it 6 months.
6 months. She was trying to hide it from you.
Right.
Wow. She succeeded?
Yeah.
So how did you get it then on Christmas Day?
Well, I had a grocery store.
Right.
And it was early Christmas Eve afternoon. So a friend of mine came in to buy some meat and stuff, and we visited, and he says, you'll never guess what I've got. He told me he bought it.
So there was a little conniving going on.
Yeah, and I was kind of perturbed.
Because you've been wanting this.
I wanted this car.
Yes.
We talked a while, and he held his hand out, and he said, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Well, he had the keys to the car in his hand.
But you didn't want to shake his hand, though, did you?
No, I didn't. And he said, I said, well, what's that? And he said, well, that's the keys to that 55. He said, Mary Lou bought it for you for Christmas. And I started crying.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. I can see you. I mean, I would cry. I mean, I'm crying for you, okay? Just the idea that, first off, you wanted it, didn't think you were going to get it. Secondly, you thought somebody else got it instead of you, and all of a sudden it came right around. It's now yours.
Right.
Your emotions just had to go and drag through the ringer.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
So did you take it home and just kind of park it under the tree?
I called her first, and I was crying on the phone. And then she started crying. It was quite a deal, but anyway, it's been in the family almost 38 years.
Are you going to ever get rid of it?
No, I got a 13-year-old grandson that's going to get it.
But is this fast?
Well, it's pretty fast.
It's pretty fast. that's kind of a humble. It's pretty fast. Yeah, okay, shucks.
Yeah, well, it has a GM crate motor. It's a Ramjet 350 horsepower.
So you got fuel injection on this thing.
Yeah, fuel injection, overdrive transmission.
Oh, so you're a cruiser.
Oh yeah, it's got all the modern amenities.
I think the other thing I've noticed about this is the way it sits. It's sitting low. Is it bagged?
Yes, it is.
It is bagged.
It is bagged.
But you don't drive this low.
No, I raise it up a notch or two to drive it.
All right, because you don't want anything scraping.
Well, no, it's got 4-link suspension under the back, and it hangs a little low, and then the exhaust, and so you want it up a little bit.
Okay.
So you don't.
Can you accidentally go too low then on this or not?
No, well, I have bumper stops just in case the air ride fails. I can still drive it. Yeah.
Well, so you got a safety feature on this, so it can't go too low.
Right.
So you really do want to protect the underneath and undercarriage of this thing.
Exactly.
I think you've kind of completely redone this whole ride to be a safe, strong, sturdy, cruising down the road. You could probably go coast to coast very easily the way you got it set up, right?
Oh, true. But that's what I wanted. It has some horsepower, but it's not overdone. It's a smooth driving car if you drive it right.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I know.
It'll get about 20 miles to the gallon.
So what kind of mileage do you get then?
Oh, about 15.
Yeah, that's what I thought. What does this car say about you and your personality?
Smooth, I guess.
Smooth. Well, with that then, can I hear this bad boy?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Sure.
Oh my gosh, Tim, you have got to see the chrome on this baby. We're going to talk to Charlie about what he's done. Charlie, tell me what we're looking at here.
This is a 55 Chevy Bel Air with a 283 engine.
And it's pretty, and I love the red and white.
Well, thank you very much. I've done the paint and body work myself. And,
awesome.
And I had the engine rebuilt and had the interior put in, and we've added the chrome stuff, the it's just a lot of stuff. It doesn't make it run any better. It just
makes it prettier, right?
Yeah, well, it makes it a little shinier.
Yeah.
That's about all.
So you've actually covered some of the things that we wouldn't necessarily think of covering. Your windshield box, your steering box.
And the power steering, our power brakes and stuff is just a lot of junk on there, really.
So what gave you the idea to do all of the chrome?
Well, when I was back in high school, I always wanted one of these, and I just wanted to keep it shiny under the hood and as much as I could, and keep the outside of it looking as stock as I could.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Well, Charlie, it's a good looking car. I appreciate you talking to us about it
Thank
today.
you very much. I really appreciate it.
We really think Tim needs to take his 1973 Volkswagen and apply to be an Uber driver. When you see his ride, you'll know what we mean. It's coming up on Street Rotting American Style.
So we're tooling around this car show, and David and Shelly and Tim, they're like, hey, get your own ride home. And I said, hey, I don't care. I'll find a taxi. Bam! Found a taxi, found its owner. This is Tim. Tim, what is this?
I wanted to build a street T-bucket, but I couldn't afford a Model A.
Stop.
But
this is not a T-bucket at all.
This is a 2015, actually, Volkswagen.
What do you mean a 2015?
Well, I had to get it registered with the state to be legal. They inspect it and they stamp on the side of your vehicle the current VIN numbers and everything. So it's actually, my wife wanted a new car, so
Here you go,
she got
honey.
a new car.
New car.
2015.
It's a taxi. Go make some money.
Right.
I tell you what, hey, have you thought about doing Uber in this thing? Because that would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. There's no back seat, so whoever I pick up, if she is really good looking, she has to ride right next to me.
Tim, your wife's right over there, dude.
I know, but
All right, so, guys, you gotta
and
see
the
it.
rate goes down for how pretty he looks.
Is that the rate goes down the prettier she is?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. You can't take your eyes off this, because if you didn't know this, Volkswagens did not come with a V8 in the front. It came with a little itty bitty little like 1600 and 72, 73 body.
A 73 body.
Okay, so it would have had probably a 1600 cc motor in the back at that point in time. And we're probably talking from going to maybe 60 horses to...
It's a stock 327, I don't know.
I can't...
Come out of a 66 Chevelle.
Yeah, why not put it in a Volkswagen? That makes total sense. What made you decide to put your zoomies just...
To make a statement.
Yeah, because you haven't done that so far. It doesn't... it's barely noticeable. It's a good thing you did that, yeah. So, Tim, the tiny little tires you got back there with this thing, how long do you plan on keeping those tires back there?
I had big tires, but they wouldn't fit. They rubbed on
That's what a torch is for.
On the edge.
Have you had some fun in it? Do you ever get, I imagine it'll light them up pretty easy.
Well, there's a little story.
Let's hear it. I can't wait. I'm sure it's safe.
We drove it around the park. We had 13 miles on it, and Independence Park, and there was a bunch of high school kids out there, and they said, will it light them up? And I said, oh yeah, I guess so. But I had to get permission from the wife. So we punched.
I thought you were going to say the law. Okay.
We punched it and it died right in front of those kids. So
my
humiliation was really bad. So we went around and I punched it from about 15 miles an hour and just smoked those kids out and left a black mark.
Yes. That's awesome, dude. It's great. It's a taxi. Why did you go with a taxi?
Because we went to a garage sale and we found a taxi meter for $5 and went from there.
Before you even had the Volkswagen or what?
Before we had the Volkswagen or anything, I found a taxi meter.
That makes sense.
I said, let's make a hot rod taxi.
It's awesome. It's a Volkswagen, guys. You can't go wrong with Volkswagen. I don't care what you say. Tim would agree. This thing's legit. Tim, I got one more question for you.
Yes, sir.
Can we hear this bad boy?
Sure. That's why I knew you were going to do that because I watch your show. I never miss it.
Man, there was some sweet rides that came in today.
Sweet and awesome.
Yes, they were.
Bill had this 1950 Mercury slammed to the ground.
I saw that one.
Static drop.
Wait, that was static drop?
Static drop. Dude drives it all day, and drives it like a beast, man.
And wouldn't you if you had it?
Oh man, no babying it whatsoever.
That's
that
right.
thing is sweet.
But then I also see you buy this taxi over there. I mean, it looked like a Volkswagen.
Dude, Tim, he had this 1973 taxi.
Yeah.
Well, he tried to make it look like a taxi. If you were to include the 327 he had stuffed in the front of this thing.
Always got to put 327 in a taxi.
It was ridiculous. I saw this roll up. Every head is just like, what the heck? And I had to go talk to him.
You did.
I saw you talking to some dude in a truck. Were you standing in a hole?
No, I'm just that short. But yeah, that was John's '69 Chevy C10. I mean, it was clean as clean can get.
Sure.
Oh man, and he shaved everything off that truck.
Yeah.
Then I found myself very jealous and even drooling over Jack's 55 Chevy. Man, I just love 55 Chevys, and his was simply incredible.
If you guys want to see some more incredible rides, join us next time on Street Riding American Style, where you'll really see that street riding is more than just a hobby.
It's an addiction.
Support for Street Riding American Style is provided in part by Kansas BG Incorporated, a distributor of BG products. Kansas BG is dedicated to the development of preventative maintenance service in vehicles for consumers and fleets. Kansas BG provides the driving community with products and services of automotive maintenance. More information can be found on the web at kansasbg.com and bgfindashop.com. And Ren Radio. Ren Radio can be heard from the web on your computer or smartphone, playing oldies from the 50s, 60s, and early 70s. Oldies like Elvis, Chuck Berry, and the Skyliners, and many more. Nothing but oldies. Ren Radio is online all the time, on the web at wrenradio.net.